the one thing I don't like about this figure is that does she look like she is cleaning up her mouth, wiping her mouth with a handkerchief to you? Because to me, it looks more like tissue paper being stuck in her nose because she is cleaning up some snot from a flu or she had a nosebleed. Hi and welcome back to the channel, I'm Steven. Today we shall go through anime figure pre-orders between the 6th of March to the 11th of March 2023. We have a number of great looking figures for the week, as well as quite a number of questionable ones. Like those are the kind of figures where I kind of question the design decision behind those characters. But anyway, let's jump into Ami as usual and we go in reverse. Before that, we take a quick look at the top pre-orders for the week. Among all the scale figures, in second place, we have an original character, Elf series from Vertex. I always had high opinions on this series of figures. They are great. They are amazing collection for anyone. If you're interested in those, yeah, we'll go into that in a moment. In fourth place, we have the first Star Trek character under the Kotobukiya Bishoujo series. This is the first one, I believe. Very nice. In 6th place, we have Elaina, yeah, that witch from Majo no Tabitabi, good small company figure. And in 7th place, we have another Azalian figure, that is a 1x4 by Union Creative. Very interesting indeed. Anyways, let's go down to 11th of March, no scale figures. 10th of March on Fridays, as usual, every Friday we get the most figure pre-orders somehow. I'm not so sure why, but anime figure companies, they really love Fridays, yeah. The first one over here, we have Vertex Originals Elf Village 6th Villager. So this is the 6th character, I think. Melmu, Antenna Shop Limited Edition, 1x6 scale at 27,500 yen. Wow, 1x6 for 27k seems kind of okay, right? But this is a lolly character, the first lolly character in this Elf series, I believe. And I really like that because we need more variety, you know, all kinds of sizes and shapes. That is what I always aim for in my collection, more variety. However, at 1x6 scale, yes, this is not a big figure. This is closer to 1x7 because this is a lolly character. You go down, you see the size over there, 23 centimeters, that is 1x7. So to bear in mind, if 27k is a bit high to you, yeah, because this is coming with some bonus stuff, yeah, there's a cheaper version here for 23,370 yen, which is honestly kind of reasonable. Vertex makes excellent figures. They make really good figures. And the thing with this elf over here, right? The outfit, the design, not as detailed as the other characters. Yeah, not much clothes covering her chest because there's nothing to cover. Ouch. Oh, she is cast offable to a certain extent, right? I really like that. So this is a very nice addition to your collection. If you have been picking up other characters under this series for Vertex, absolutely go for this figure. This is a good buy. Up next, we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal Gaga Gaggle 1x7 scale from Furyu, 28,600 yen. I wasn't aware that Lady Gaga is actually a part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters. Yeah, I don't watch or play Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyways, yeah, 28k, almost 29,000 yen actually. But this is Furyu we are talking about. It is not surprising by now. Week over week, we see Furyu with their very expensive scale figures. Well, at the same time, there are not many Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters out there that was being made into figures. As usual with this character over here, the one thing I don't like, but it can't be helped, is those metal rods over there sticking out because, you know, they need to support that effect part. The effect part looks really weird. It looks like an acrylic plate surrounding the figure. Yeah. So to me, it felt like those effect parts are kind of unnecessary. However, Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans might disagree with me. I don't know about that series as much. So yeah, I'm just judging the figure based on what I'm seeing with these product pictures over here. This is not something I would pre-order, of course. Up next, we have possibly the 6 millionth Ram figure ever made. There are way too many Ram figures and there seems to be no end to it. This is a country dress version at 1x7 scale from Furyu, 27,500 yen. Yes, quite pricey for a simple 1x7 scale figure. Well, that depends on how you define simple. This is simple to me. But Furyu pricing, nothing new over here. And this is the one figure where I have a mixed feeling about it. Like, this is possibly the most controversial looking figure to me for this week. Like, I don't like the design at all. That skirt over there. I mean, you look at the flower patterns along the black color edges of her dress over there. To be honest with you guys, it looks more like a colorblind test to me. Like, you pick some images of colorblind test off the internet and then you print it along the edges of the dress. That is what it feels like to me. And a phone call in the middle of a video recording session. This is something new. And this is an unfamiliar number from Japan. Let's answer it.
This is Naomi-chan from the PR department of Furyu in
Oh.
Japan. How dare you? How dare you are saying that is a color blind test? Have you seen a broken laptop screen? Go and get your eyes checked.
However, I'm not sure if I would like to see a broken laptop screen on my figure as a design for the dress. Up next, we have Hatsune Miku 39's Special Day 1/7 scale from Spiritual 35,000 yen. To be expected, I already predicted 35 or 40k even during Wonder Festival coverage when I saw this figure being displayed. Yeah, there are so many things going on. That throne she is sitting on, a lot of details. However, it feels like, you know, the props and all of the details of this figure, they are not on the main figure itself. It is on the props that is supporting the figure. So it feels like a background or a decoration that is more detailed than the main character, the main subject itself. Yeah, because the issue here is that Miku over here is just wearing her original outfit, her OG Miku outfit over here, which is nothing special on the plain side of things, but everything else around her is so detailed, borderline cluttered in fact. And the second issue I have with this figure is that she seems to be holding what looks like a bomb to me. An explosive, yes. Yeah, a golden color one. You know, in those old era anime or cartoon from 30 or 40 years ago, Tom and Jerry for example, you have this black, round black color bomb. Yeah, it looks like that to me, but gold in color. So really, I don't know what to feel about this Miku figure because I can think of half a dozen easy other examples of better Miku figures out there, and this isn't one of them. Up next, Plum and their lolly figures, they love it a lot. This one, the Idolmaster Cinderella Girls Kozue Yusa Sweet Fairy version, 1/7 scale, 14,770 yen, very affordable by today's standards by the way. Yeah, I really like this figure over here for being a bit different from many other anime figures that are of slice of life theme, you know. Like, yeah, she is feeling very hot and she has a fan blowing up her body because of the warm climate change. Yeah, so I don't think there are any other figures with this similar setup or pose over there, so that makes this figure a bit special. And I really like the paintwork around her turquoise colored skirt. Yeah, it is semi-transparent from the looks of it. I like it a lot. This isn't a detailed figure by all means, right? And this won't be a big figure since this is a lolly character. We take a look at the dimensions. Yeah, 14 centimeters to see. I knew it. So the price is about appropriate. I wouldn't say it is cheap, but it is not expensive either. Next one is also a lolly by Plum. Yeah, the Idolmaster Cinderella Girls Momoka Sakurai Summer Mademoiselle version, 1/7 scale, 13,000 yen. Yes, very cheap, but this isn't a big figure. You see at the dimensions below, yeah, it is mentioned length, 17 centimeters. Yeah, overall length, right? Not the height. The height is less than 10, I think. This is a classic school swimsuit uniform. Nothing much going on. If you're looking for specifically a school swimsuit figure to add to your collection, there is one or two figures that really came to mind, especially the Yoki Mikan figure by Alter. Yeah, that one came out many years ago. I love that one a lot. Not cheap nowadays, assuming you can find one. That was one of my favorites when as far as school swimsuit uniforms are concerned. This one over here, yeah, you can see less shading in the paintwork, especially the hair. It is just flat, plain yellow over there. But yeah, what do you expect, right? 13,000 yen only. That is all for the 10th of March. We go down to the 9th of March. Yeah, more scale figures on Thursday. The first one over here, we have the Idolmaster, Cinderella Girls, Chiyo Shirayuki 1/7 scale by wave. This is almost 23,000 yen. And to be honest, this isn't very attractive to me. Oh, by the way, there's a cheaper version over here, but only by 500 yen also. So maybe pick up the exclusive version. I don't know what Ami is including. Yeah, this one over here. Only 500 yen of difference. But yeah, speaking of the pose of the character, not very attractive over here. This is just another made figure to me. So in the end, it really depends on whether you like IMAS or whether you specifically like this character. Otherwise, I don't see much of a reason to pick up this figure over here. Very plain and ordinary. You do get 2 faceplate though, but there is really too little effort being put in over here. The only difference is the mouth, I think. And maybe some blush over there. Yeah, too little effort. No, this is a skip for me. The next figure, we have another Ram figure, but this is Ram and Rem as a pair from Furyu for almost 50,000 yen. You're getting a pair of figure over here though. Unfortunately, this should have been in 6-9 position. Yeah, very attractive indeed. I mean, a lot of Yuri vibes going on over here. And this is one of the more unique Ram and Rem pair of figures out there. Because of the pose, it is all because of the pose over here. Do I want one? Yes, I kind of want one, though this is low priority. Yeah, we need a 6-9 version. So do you think 50,000 yen for a pair of figures, which is like 25k each, is reasonable? Let me know. Back then, Good Smile released a Ram and Rem figure which were like 11,000 yen each. So this is almost double in terms of Japanese yen, which is pretty pricey in my opinion. But I can see how this figure can be attractive to some of you out there. Yeah. Up next, from Blue Lock, we have Meguru Bachira 1/7 scale from Furyu as well, 24,200 yen. See, normally I'm not a fan of sports anime. We had this cycling anime, what was it called again? Yeah, I watched like 2 or 3 episodes, I stopped watching. Prince of Tennis, it was BS as well, you know, all those supernatural abilities. And from the looks of it, this anime Blue Lock is not that much different. Like they are mixing up supernatural stuff with sports. I'm not sure if I like that at all. The one exception I could think of which I really enjoyed was Haikyuu. Yeah, that volleyball anime. I enjoyed that one. This figure over here though, how do I put it? It feels rather unique. That sprinting pose over there with a soccer ball, a football on his knee, and all those flame effects. Now, this is not something you see often in anime figures. This is a very unique one, I have to admit that. And see all his hair flying backwards, you know, as he dashes forward. I really like this pose a lot. And I would really wish to see a similar pose being implemented with other anime girl figures. Yeah, Black Rock Shooter comes to mind, the animation version, dashing forward pose. I love that a lot. Is this something I would pick up? Yeah, of course not, because I did not like sports anime much in general. Next one over here, this is one of the figures of the week as well. Majo no Tabitabi Elaina. Early Summer Sky 1/7 scale. This is a single shipment. Is the box going to be big? Because this doesn't look like a figure with a huge box to me, despite all those props next to her. Now you're getting a great offer over here because originally 27,000 yen, but you're saving over 4,000 yen if you pre-order this one early. This is a good pre-order, and if you like what you're looking at, you can feel free to pre-order early. This is something I can certainly recommend. As I mentioned in my figure review of Canis from FGO by Good Smile Company, Good Smile pushes out 5 or 6 high quality scale figures a month, and yet they still do a great job with it. This figure of Elaina looks amazing, and it is certainly the one I can recommend for this week. Yeah, very nice figure. Up next, Union Creative 1/4 scale, an unusual combination. Azalane, Chapayev, White Cavaliers with Spite. Yeah, 40,000 yen almost. You know, when I saw this picture initially on social media, on Facebook, I thought that this would be something made by Mimeyoi, yeah, the Chinese brand which makes 1x4 scale figures, but turns out this is something by Union Creative. So that is really random. Yeah, at least in these product pictures, she looks really nice. But the actual product, we all know what my opinion of Union Creative is. But sometimes they do make really nice stuff. You see the hair over there. The gradient, the paintwork on the hair. I really like this a lot. This is something I always look out for in anime figures. You have, you know, those dark and light blue shades mixing together, and at the very end of the hair strand, it is almost translucent. I really like this a lot. Of course, this is partially has to do with lighting. The lighting we use for video and photos, but it looks amazing over here. I really hope Union Creative delivers, and her hair looks exactly like this in the final product. This is very nice. However, the outfit, the shirt, I'm not that big of a fan because it is just plain gloss white, you know. I'm a detail kind of person. I prefer to see more details, yeah. Is this a good pre-order? Maybe. But with Union Creative, you're placing a bet over here when you pre-order a figure by them. Up next, we have Nagatoro-san. I kind of like her actually, even though she was quite the bully in the early parts of the anime, of the manga, but you can tell that she likes her senpai. But unwilling to admit it, obviously, tsundere character. And I like her playfulness, you know, that is the exact opposite of a boring person. I like people who are interesting, who are playful sometimes, and girls like that, they kind of appeal to me in some way. Nagatoro is one of those examples. So for today, we have a 1x7 scale Nagatoro-san, unfortunately from Belfine. I haven't heard from Belfine in quite a while. Like, when was the last time we saw a pre-order of a Belfine figure? This one is under 15,000 yen, very affordable, but yeah, she shouldn't cost more than that because you can clearly tell that the paintwork is, how do I put it, very plain. You look at her hair over there, the black color paint is just flat black color, not much gradients going on. The blue color skirt as well. Yeah, the nice thing about this figure is that you can cast off, and there is the swimsuit underneath. That is the part I like the most about this figure. If I were to pick up this figure, that is how I would display this figure, in her swimsuit, not with that school uniform over there. Do you know why? Because the school uniform looks terrible. Alright, let's look for the picture. Yeah, that school uniform over there, you see, it looks like wax to me, you know. You take a white color candle, you melt it, and then you pour it into a mold, into the shape of a shirt. Yeah, that is what it looks like to me. It looks like a molten candle. Or maybe even your human protein. You jack off 5 times, 8 times a day, you accumulate everything in the bottle, and then you freeze it into a shirt, the shape of a shirt for a figure. That is what it looks like to me. Yeah, so there's a reason why they did it this way, you know, this semi-translucent material, because they don't need to be painted. And that is a good thing for figures that are cast offable. They won't cause any paint transfer issues. However, it also means that they look really bad as an actual figure, as a final product. So far, I've yet to see any figure company get it right when it comes to school uniforms that are kind of wet and drenched, you know, like semi-translucent, you can see the skin underneath. No one has gotten it right. They just look terrible on any figure, but this is one of the worst ones out there. Though for a good reason, as I mentioned, this kind of material, they don't result in paint transfer. However, the blue skirt might still inflict paint transfer on the figure. So I'm not really sure what the logic here is, but anyways, should you get this figure of Nagatoro-san, I don't think I can recommend it, to be honest, even at a lowly price of under 15,000 yen. However, at the same time, there are not many other figures of her out there. I can't remember any. Yeah, I can't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she really needs some justice. A better figure from a better figure manufacturer, better company. The next one here, Tenitol Furyu's affordable series of figures. We have Beta from the Eminence in Shadow, almost 6,000 yen. Where is Alpha? I like Alpha better. But anyways, This figure, while it looks amazing over here in these product pictures, don't expect too much, right? This is an affordable figure. Wow, that base is horrendous. The whole figure looks like, a chess piece. Yeah, it looks like something you put on a chessboard. That base over there. But yeah, don't expect more than the price figure in terms of the quality, the sculpt, the paintwork, everything. But then again, this should be the first figure of beta, I think. There are no other figures of her out there yet. 6,000 yen, is it a good pre-order? Really up to you. Normally, this kind of figures, I won't be concerned about them becoming sold out, becoming very rare. I'm not concerned with that, so I'm willing to wait until after release and see what she is actually like. Up next, Pop Operate from SSSS or Double SS Gridman. Oh no, this is from Double S Dynazenon Mujina. Complete figure, 4,080 yen. Yes, very cheap, but wait for after release. I say the same thing for Pop Operates every time. And then we have Kotobukiya Art FX Star Wars, the Clone Wars Darth Maul Clone Wars Edition, 1x7 scale. This is easy assembly kit. Oh, this is a model kit. Interesting. More like, I think this is a partially pre-painted figure, like what Our Treasure does with some figures. 19,630 yen for an incomplete figure. I'm not sure if that is justifiable. It should be cheaper, assuming the figure is not complete, because Kotobukiya Art FXJ figures, they are completed figures. They are ready for display, straight out of box, and they cost like 16 or 18,000 yen each. This one is 19,000 yen and they're telling me it is not a complete figure. Or at least they are implying so. Perhaps it has to be licensing cost, right? Anything from the western side of the planet is going to be really expensive. Like how you see Nandoroids of Marvel and DC characters, Figmas as well, they are more expensive than those anime character ones. Licensing cost. Yeah, this is a very cool looking figure. Those of you Star Wars fans out there, you might want to consider this one. I like what I'm looking at over here, but assembly kit? I have no idea. Next one, Star Trek. Yeah, this is possibly the first Star Trek Bishoujo character from Kotobukiya, 1x7 scale Vulcan Science Officer for almost 14,000 yen. Great price over here. But at the same time, this is also a relatively plain figure. Shouldn't cost more than that. This is a good purchase if you like Star Trek. Yeah. I really like the sculpture of the torso, the body, and her hips, her leg. I really like it. The next one over here is a bit confusing. We have Pink Twin-Tail Bunny-chan DX version, 1x4 scale for 40,700 yen. Standard for, 1x4 scale nowadays. This is by a Chinese brand called Party Look. And there are 4 listings on AmiAmi, from the cheaper one to the more expensive ones, depending on what bonus item you want. The funny part is that this expensive version over here, the DX one, is by Party Look. And then there is a cheaper variant over here, 36,000 yen. The company is Otherware. It is not unusual for 2 or even 3 companies to work together on one single product, one single figure. But the funny part here is that why is the manufacturer different for the same figure? Or maybe this is just a mistake on AmiAmi's behalf. Maybe they typed in the wrong manufacturer over there. That's just my guess anyway. But this is not an important detail. And regarding the figure itself, this is just another bunny figure to me. There are so many. Like every 2 weeks we have a bunny figure of a different scale going on pre-order. Yeah, really depends on whether you like the character design. That is how we choose what original character figures to buy, right? That is all for the 9th of March. We go down to the 8th of March. There's only one single figure on this day actually. Yeah, Chiyo over there, I just covered it. So we go for that. The other figure over there, this is Cat Eye Girl illustration by Frank, 1x7 scale, 20,400 yen by a company called Lemoy Figure. I don't know much about their products. They are a fairly new brand, and this is a Chinese brand. Yes. How did you know? Well, because the words provisional pre-order are right there. Yeah, when you see those words on AmiAmi, 99% it is a Chinese brand. But yeah, I already knew about that even before, I saw this listing. So this kind of characters, this kind of figure, it all depends on whether you like the character design. That has always been the case for original characters. With this figure, you see I really like the gradient on her hair over there. That is something I look out for. I just mentioned it earlier. Shading, weathering on the paintwork, I love it a lot. That dark to bright to dark red, maroon, very nice. However, the one thing I don't like about this figure is that does she look like she is cleaning up her mouth, wiping her mouth with a handkerchief to you? Because to me, it looks more like tissue paper being stuck in her nose because she is cleaning up some snot from a flu or she had a nosebleed. Yeah, that is what it looks like to me. Yeah, she is wiping her mouth with a handkerchief. But for some reason, it doesn't look like to me. Oh, that is a blood bag. That is a blood bag. Is she a vampire of some kind? Maybe she is. No, when you see an anime character with red color eyes, usually it is a vampire or something close. Fairly unique character, given that you get a blood bag and a handkerchief covering her mouth, but that is about it. Next, we go down to the 7th of March. There is only one single scale figure by Freeing, a 1x4 for 30,000 yen. From a couple of cuckoos, yeah, Sachi Omino Bunny version 1x4 scale, 30,000 yen is a great price. I already mentioned this last week when the other character went on pre-order. This anime, it was kind of average, kind of mid. 24 episodes was nice, but it felt like an inferior version of Nisekoi. But there were quite a number of figures coming out from this series, so perhaps the Japanese liked it, I guess. Omino Sachi is that tsundere sister or stepsister of the main character. Oops, I just give you guys a spoiler. But anyways, she's a tsundere and kind of likable. A likable character in the anime, but sometimes annoying, yeah. Can I recommend this figure of Sachi Omino? Not so much, because there's nothing special about this bunny figure over here, right? Okay, so that is all for the 7th of March. We go down to the last day of the week. 6th of March, there are like 4 figures over here to go through. The first one, Masked Girl. Yuna illustration by Bia, 1x7 scale, under 20,000 yen. The height of this figure, 24.5 centimeters, not bad. The company is Max Cute. Quite a number of Figure News Fix videos before this. I did mention that Max Cute is a company I don't know much about, Japanese brand. But the figures they have been pricing, they are kind of very reasonable. No, they make figures like at 1x6 scale and they go for 20 or 22,000 yen. So it will be interesting to see what their figures turn out like in the actual product. I'm not setting my expectations too high. I'm expecting something along the lines of a B tier company, average company, along the lines of Kotobukiya or Daiki Kogyo. The figures are fine, but don't expect mind-boggling amounts of detail and refinement like what Alter or Amakuni offers. So with this figure over here, we are also seeing a rise of figures of anime characters or art characters that is wearing a mask. An influence from the pandemic, I guess. Yeah, this is a fairly attractive figure on its own. Like, that blue color sweater. Should be a sweater. And that, yeah, the outfit overall looks very nice. Oh, the hair is semi-translucent as well. Is there a face piece without the mask? I don't think so, right? I don't think so. Because this is based on the art. If that is what she looks like in the art, that is all you're gonna get. This is the one with whatever bonus she comes with. There's a cheaper version, 17,000 yen only. This is a good price actually. So I'll be very curious to see how the actual product turns out like. But at the same time, this is a fairly plain figure. It all depends on whether you like the character design. Up next, we have a trio of To Love Ru figures by Union Creative, which feels kind of overpriced, but I can understand why Union Creative would price them so expensive because To Love Ru is crazy popular in Japan. Their manga was like a best seller for many years back then. We have a 1x6 scale Momobilia Devaluke for 27,500 yen. This is the Gengar Art exhibition figure, and really, 27,000 yen just because she is 1/6, but you look at the dress, the figure is so plain, there is nothing much going on with the outfit and everything. Yeah, all you get is a plain white summer dress. And this thing is 27,000 yen. I'm not sure if I can even recommend this at all. There are so many other great figures of Momobilia developed out there. Yeah, some of them are kind of rare nowadays. But 27,000 yen for this, I don't think I can justify this at all. The same applies to this figure of Yami and also this figure of Mikan. Plain white dress, 27,500 yen. I'm fairly certain that Union Creative is just taking advantage of the fan base of To Love You at this point. Yami, anything that comes out that has a Yami face on it is going to be very expensive. So regardless of what I say about whether this figure is not worth your money, she is going to sell out and she is going to be really expensive in the aftermarket. I'm fairly certain of it. So if you still want a figure of Yami, and you don't have any other choices, then unfortunately this might be your only choice at the moment. My personal favorite is the one by Alter. Yeah, the one in the nurse outfit that came out a number of years ago. That one is crazy rare nowadays. And I would say that is one of the best Yami figures out there. So I guess that this is all you're gonna get if you want a figure of Yami without paying aftermarket prices nowadays. As with Mikan, yeah, more or less the same thing over here. You see the dress, look at the skirt over there, it's just plain flat white with nothing much going on. Yeah, can't justify the price, man. And that concludes the figure news for this week, 6th of March to 11th of March. Which figure will you pre-order? Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think about that Rem figure with a broken LCD screen and colorblind test on the dress? Yeah, that is all for today, and thank you very much for watching. I shall see you guys again very soon. Goodbye.